Hey guys, so I've been playing Doom: The Dark Ages and I have a few early thoughts. I'm about 2-3 hours in now, maybe closer to 4, and I'm a little torn about how I feel about this game. So I'm just going to talk through some thoughts here, some early impressions. So let's start off with some good stuff. First of all, I think it looks incredible. I really enjoy a lot of the backgrounds. I think every part about it seems pretty well made, all the environments and enemies and all that sort of stuff. Maybe a few too many like catacomb type areas where it's very, very dark, but with ray tracing on and all that, whenever there's light in the environment, it looks really cool. So I'm generally okay with a lot of even the parts that maybe are a little too dark. Anytime you're out in the open area, open world or whatever, it's seeing stuff in the background, all that stuff is really cool. I think it looks very, very good on my PC. And on that too, it's been running very well on my PC. I was a little bit worried because I saw some people were having some issues with the 5070 cards, or the 50 series cards. I have a 5070 Ti, able to stream it at everything completely cranked all the way up, and it looks absolutely fantastic. No hiccups or anything, so that's good. I think all of the hits with the melee and the shield and whatever feel really, really impactful. Anytime you hit somebody with something, it feels really good and crunchy in the right way. So I think that's really fun, which is good because you're going to be using that crap a lot. So it's good that it feels good in that sense and chunky in the way it probably should. It feels very Space Marine-ish, as like in Warhammer 40k. This whole game, honestly, feels like somebody wanted to make a 40k game and just threw the Doom guy in, which may be an issue as well when we get to some bad stuff. But for me, I think it's cool, so I really, really enjoy it. And I think the last real big thing that I think is good is I think the set pieces are nice and big and stupid in the way you probably want a Doom game to be. But I will also use that to transition into some of the stuff I feel is maybe a little bit bad or that I don't enjoy so far. And that is that the set pieces, for how big and stupid and crazy they are, feel a bit boring. They're a little boring to play through. Like, you get into this giant mech and it's an awesome moment where you are a giant Doom guy and a Titan fighting other giant Titan demon things, and all it ends up being is clicking the right, the left and the right. I guess it's the left click does a normal attack where you build up like a meter, and then you can right click to do like a finisher. And all it is basically just clicking boringly for a while until you can kill something. And the first time it's kind of cool, you knock this thing down, but then you do like 5 more in a row, and it's just like, okay, I want to get back on the ground with my guns and stuff. Like, this feels kind of lame for how cool it should feel, which is a bit of a shame because if you remember in Doom Eternal, there's a moment where you have to take on a Titan, like, from the ground, and it's this big epic boss fight sort of thing, and to just kind of be in a mech where you're clicking and killing stuff, I don't know, like, it takes away a little bit from how cool the moment is. There's a moment later, too, where you're flying around on a dragon or whatever, and it's pretty neat until you realize that, again, you're just holding down a click button to aim at like a turret or something, and then dodging in time to do a little bit more damage, and then just the same canned animation plays or whatever. Like, for how cool the idea of this stuff is, it feels a little lackluster to me, which is a shame. And the last thing is, even though I think the combat and the guns are cool, it feels a little more stripped down than maybe I would like. Like, at first, I was wondering if it was just I didn't understand the pacing of it, but now that I feel like I understand the pacing of how to do the combat more, it is literally just like, use weapon to break shields, use your shield to break, or sorry, use your weapons to break their armor, use shield to completely shatter their armor, and then in between, make sure you parry the green shots or whatever. Like, it's fine. It's probably the best you can do with like a parry mechanic in first person for a game that's supposed to be fast as Doom is, even though I wouldn't say this is a fast Doom necessarily. But at the end of the day, it almost turns into more of a, there's certain bosses or like elite creatures or whatever, where it just feels like you're waiting for green things to pop up and then you're literally running in front of them so that you can parry them in order to break their armor. And it's fine for a few times, but every fight ends up being stripped down to you basically holding right click down at the right time so that you parry something so that you can break armor and then do a little bit of damage and then execute. There are some upgrades I've got which make that funner, and I'm sure it'll get funner as I go. Like, I have an upgrade now where you throw your shield into a dude and then you can just unload into your shield and the dude, and it's just bouncing bullets everywhere to the other enemies, and I think that's really cool. So I'm sure the combat flow will get better as we go, but I don't think it puts its first step forward very well to people. Overall, I'm having enough fun, I would say, with Doom right now. I definitely want to see more of it and see where it goes. As a huge Doom fan, this might be one of the weaker ones I've played in a while, and I don't know if I feel that way just because it's so different and I don't like that difference or something. Like, I'm stuck in this past age where I want a certain thing over and over again. Like, am I a Call of Duty person now where don't give me something new, I want the old thing? Or is it just that maybe it's been long enough that I want that old style and instead I'm getting kind of this weird hybrid thing or new thing? It's cool that they're trying new things. I don't necessarily know that for me it's keeping me as engaged as it should, but to be honest with you, I'm gonna make excuses for this series. I love Doom. Doom is one of my favorite series, and I'm gonna overlook a lot of this garbage just to have some fun. And I think if you can overlook some of that stuff too, or maybe if you don't even like the old Doom games, maybe this is one to check out just because it feels so different pacing wise and whatnot. I don't know. The story's starting to get like pretty fun and pretty intense with what's going on, so I'm excited to see what they do with Doom Guy and the makers and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know. I just want to work some thoughts through here. Thanks for listening.